Hello and welcome to Tallinn, Estonia. If you arrive by plane, you actually have three choices how to get to the city center. One of them will be a taxi or a Taxify, which is a local app, will cost you around €5, or you can take a bus, or you can take a tram, which is what we're gonna do, and it only costs €2 per person. Let's go. First thing we like to do in every city is to climb up somewhere high on a tower, so we will actually get to see what the city looks like. So let's go. We have climbed on the St. Olaf's Church tower, 258 steps, very narrow, but the view does pay off, absolutely breathtaking. Out there in the distance, there are two viewing terraces that are very popular among tourists, so they're very crowded. But here, we are almost here by ourselves. Partially the reason maybe that it's a steep climb on the stairs, but it was fun. And the view. Also, we should mention that this used to be, back in the days, the tallest building in the world. We're right now in the old town of Tallinn, which is absolutely beautiful, but doesn't really matter where you go, even if you walk past the gates, it's still beautiful. You know, this reminds me of nothing, because I've never seen anything like this. You know what time it is? Beer and food time, finally. Terviseks. Terviseks means cheers. So we're at St. Vitus, that's where we got our first beer, in a part of town called Telliskivi, and there's many places we want to show you around. For us, it will always be the first time visiting, so we cannot tell you like, oh, this is where we hang out all the time, because we're not locals. But we got these tips from our friends from Tallinn, and we're going to use this moment to teach you some Estonian, okay? Hello, tere, aita, thank you. I know how to say 12 buses, and I know how to say 12 months. You got to figure it out for yourself. Yes. Terviseks. This place is called F-Hune. We actually had dinner here last night, and we had a burger, which they call a burger here. And Honza had some vegetarian meal, and he said it was good as well. Also in the morning, it's more of a breakfast place, and in the evening it turns, or we turned it into a party place. I actually remember this place from last night as well. Pudel. They had so many beers there, remember? We had just one. Well, I had one. Club of different rooms. We were told that it's a place to see because every room has a different style. But we are here way too early for clubbing. Since we are super hungry, our friends from Tallinn suggested that we go to Kaja Pizza Cook, which is supposed to be the best pizza. And it's closed. Here's the reason why. This place is famous for only serving 100 pies a day, no more. Once they serve the 100th pizza, they shut that door. And we came late. It is 5:30. Our hunger will be soon gone because we went to Pöbel place, and I got the Baltic herring, and Honza got a lamb, and also we got potato skins, and we are super hungry, and this place is super nice. This is Linnahall, formerly known as the Vladimir Ilyich Lenin place, built in 1980 for the Moscow Olympics. Even though Moscow is far away, they needed a place for sailing events. Now it's abandoned, and it's pretty cool. We were told people come here, grab a bottle of wine, and just stare at the sea and at the harbor, which is what we did for the past hour. We walked along the sea, and we came across this. A formal prison. Unfortunately, now closed, so you cannot go inside. Estonians like to quote Hemingway on, "In every port in the world you can find at least 2 Estonians." So we visited the port in Estonia, in Tallinn, not only a port, also a harbor and a hangar and a museum. You gotta see for yourself. Never been on a submarine before. Being inside the submarine was really cool. Being under it is even cooler, but make sure to read some history about this place because it is really stunning to find out what they were going to do with it, what they did with it, and what it is now. And when it's time just for a small snack, you should get koke, which is their traditional sweet snack. Those are actually really good. Too bad you didn't buy two. This was really good. Oh, thanks. We are in Kadrioru Park, which is a place where the president has her office. But not only her office, she actually also lives here. And living here means you need to get some supplies of food. So she actually has her own beehives. These are, the sign says that they're friendly bees. And they produce the presidential honey. Honza, get a close-up of the bees. Go, don't worry, they're friendly. The sign says they're friendly bees. Just across from the presidential building is also a Kumu Museum, which when it was opened was voted the best museum in Europe. So we're gonna pay it a visit. Estonia is currently celebrating their 100th anniversary. First, they were established as a country in 1918. Then they were under Soviet occupation and they were part of the Eastern Bloc. But then in 1988, something called the Singing Revolution happened, and they sing their way to democracy because under Soviets, they could not sing their national songs. So they sang it so long that finally the Soviets gave up. So then finally in 1991, Estonia became an independent country. The reason we are on this spot is because the singing revolution took place here, and actually they have a singing festival that is happening every 5 years. And the next big festival is gonna take place here in July 2019. But there are so many other reasons to visit Estonia and Tallinn, so let's go. We are in Vonkrahvi back in the city center in the old town, getting some food, and I got a wine which is actually not made from grapes, but from gooseberries. Yeah, that was a bad idea. But if you want to have a romantic dinner, this is the place. Check out the inside. If you feel like pancakes, either salty or sweet, there's a place called Compressor, which is very, very popular. The pancakes go around €5, and they even have ones with herring. And if you want to get some dessert after food, you can go to Pierre Chocolaterie to get some absolutely lovely desserts. We got them to go. The reason is we don't want to sit here because we want to get a different special kind of dessert. So we went to Porgu and I was wondering what to get. Beers, ciders. Oh, and they have 2 choices of wine, red and white. So we got a beer. Getting lost should be your goal. We've been lost for the past 2 hours, and every corner, every street you take is just beautiful and amazing. If there's one place in downtown you should not miss, it's the bar up there. It's tricky to find and tricky to get in. But once you know the secret password, then you'll experience something special. Another place we can recommend, because we had dinner here last night and some drinks and beers, is Frank. We have to be really honest here. This is my first time in Tallinn, Estonia. But Honza was here 5 times, and he said if there's one thing I have to do, it's these 2 shots. Vana Tallinn and Milimalikas. It's very spicy. If you really want to experience Estonia, you should not only visit Tallinn, but you should get out of the city and go to the country. Because guess what? Did we tell you that they have sea? Hey guys, can we join you?
Yeah, sure.
I was afraid you were gonna say no. Terve seks. So this is what you guys do in the evenings, huh?
Wait.
This was my first time in Tallinn, Estonia, and my expectations were completely different from what I've experienced. After only a couple minutes here, I realized this is not an Eastern European country. This is a very Western and Nordic country. And it is beautiful. Not only I fell in love with the city, but also with the people that were extremely kind to us and took us to many places that we would not be able to discover on our own. This trip was only possible thanks to Visit Estonia. So if you want to check out their Instagram, they have some beautiful pictures. And those pictures actually convinced us that we want to come back. And we do not only want to see Tallinn, but we want to see the country. Because we only took a ride out of the city for about 20 minutes and it was stunning. So even though we're leaving, I'm pretty sure we're going to come back eventually.